Nothing. Just kidding. There's been quite a few things. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. But if you're new here, my name is Taylor. I am a singer-songwriter, music teacher, manifester, and most recently, a mom. You can probably hear my son making little noises in the background. He's adorable. And I am here to help you create a life that you love because you deserve it. So I've talked a lot about manifesting in my time on here, but I haven't really shared with you guys all that I've personally manifested. I made one video on it, but that's about it. And why would you guys listen to someone about manifesting when you don't know what they've manifested, right? So let's clear the air. So yes, as I mentioned in this video, one of my biggest manifestations was my car. And it wasn't like, oh, we just saved up for it and bought one. No, my fiance, he did save a little bit, but not nearly as much as you would normally need for a new car. We just got lucky. We had recently acquired a car through a dealership, had those car payments, and it was terrible. It was kind of killing us. And so I set out that my next car, it's gonna be around $2,500. It was exactly $2,500. And I'm gonna find someone who's selling it so I don't have to go to a car dealership. It's not gonna have a lot of mileage on it, and it's gonna be clean and safe and have a working stereo. There's been some issues with stereos in the past. And I don't want to go too much into detail about it because I have a whole video on it, but I got exactly that. Everything that I asked for, that people told me I was crazy for. I would tell them, oh, my budget is anywhere from $1,500 to $2,500. And they were like, good luck with that. But I got that. I got exactly that because my uncle was selling his car and it worked out so perfectly. And as I mentioned in that video, the funniest thing about it was I had a lot of negative energy about having to share a car. It was kind of killing my soul. But the day that I got my car was the day that I woke up excited to share my car with my fiance. I was like, you know what? This is a temporary thing. I enjoy getting to spend extra time with him. It's fine. We're good. That day I drove home in my new car. But watch this video for the whole story because I don't want to spend too much time on the car. Okay, another thing I manifested that was, that's how important it was my job. So I am a homebody. I like being at home, okay? And while I was sharing my car with my fiance, we were both also commuting really far to and from work, and our schedules were completely opposite. So I would have to get up at 3, 4, 5 in the morning to drive with him out to drop him off at work, and then I would take the car and kind of just wait around until it was my time to go to work. Granted, I did fill in the hours, doing sometimes fun things, other times napping, but I didn't work until like 3 in the afternoon. So I had a lot of time to kill, and then he would have to wait for me, and then I would pick him up when I got off, and we'd do the whole thing again the next day. It was great. I didn't want to drive off the freeway or anything. And so with that, I was really tired of our opposite schedules. My goal was actually for him to get a job closer to home. Do you hear him? So that I could just drop him off locally in town and then have the car to myself, drive out for my job when it was time. That was my goal because I was thinking small. Because I had always wanted to be someone who worked from home, but I didn't think that was actually going to happen until I got really successful on YouTube and was creating content and getting sponsorships. Like that's where my mind was at the time. So I did not think that I would be able to work from home anytime soon. But I was working on manifesting this, and the most important thing with manifesting is your emotions. So even though my intention was that, okay, Jordan has a job that's close to home, I get to use the car, we don't have to do this crazy schedule anymore. That was my intention. But my emotions while I was working on this was feeling myself just being at home, having all the time in the world to get done everything I wanted to do, having all the time in the world at my own house, not being in my car. And I just truly felt that freedom of time and being in my own space. And a few weeks later, Jordan did not get a new job. However, I started working from home. I teach private music lessons, and I had always done this in person. It never even occurred to me that I could do it over Zoom. But then COVID hit, and I definitely, not the reason for it, but it did work to my benefit. Once COVID hit, I started doing my private lessons from home, and I was like, this is something I can do. And so ever since then, that has been my job. I work from home. Before I had my son, I was still going out once a week to my old job, but it wasn't a necessity. I did it because I chose to, because I love seeing my students in person. And I had my own car now, so it wasn't an issue. Maybe we should manifest that he's quiet for the next 5 minutes. It didn't work. So that was a big thing for me, and I am still working from home to this day, and I am so happy about that. Logan, honey, can you just... Do you want to be in the video with me? Is that why? Okay, I think he felt a little left out, so say hi, Logan. He is also something else I manifested, not his existence. That was a bit of a surprise. But I wanted a happy, calm baby, and overall, he really is. Like, I am truly blessed with him. I hear all the time from his grandparents and from other people, like, wow, your baby, he's so calm and happy and smiley, and like, yeah, he really is. Like, he has his moments. You have your moments. But overall, he is just super chill. I can just get a bunch of things done while hanging out with him. It is great. So I wasn't gonna talk about how I programmed my child. I literally did. I made him affirmations while he was in the womb. Yep, I did that. But he's here, so I guess this is what we're doing. But okay, so aside from my car and my job and the temperament of my child, I also manifested our house. This is something we really were not saving for. We were trying to, but you know, we live in California. It's tough out here, okay? And I wanted my own space. I wanted my own office, right? I wanted to live in a nice neighborhood because we did not live in the nicest neighborhood before. I wanted to be surrounded by trees. I mean, ideally, I want to be in the forest, but like, that'll come later. And I wanted to be closer to his work and to my family. And that being said, the closer you get to where he works and where my family lives, the more expensive it gets. So given that I only work part-time and he does not have a super high paying job, like really, what are the odds? But it worked out perfectly. My friend who, let's give her a plug too, she owns 𝗕𝗵𝗲𝗃 Wellness Center, this wonderful crystal shop, which a lot of my crystals have come from. I went in to see her for a Reiki session, and she was telling me how, oh, you know, the house next to mine is up for sale and we're trying to find someone. And she was like, I would like someone who I know to live there. And I was like, what is this place like? Tell me about it. She couldn't really. But I got in touch with the landlord, and the funny thing is, I don't have the best credit. Let's just put it out there. So we didn't have a ton of money in savings. I don't have the best credit, and yet I think we're gonna move into a nice house. Like, what? I am very idealistic. But we met him, and because we already knew the neighbor, and that was her landlord too, he was like, done deal, like, your guys are good. And so it has 2 bedrooms, so I have my own office. If you watch this video of my house tour, you can see that out of every window, trees, 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 trees. It is amazing. I love it. And I forgot to mention this, but I also wanted a bathtub because I did not have a bathtub in my old apartment. It was just this tiny little square of a shower that, I hated it. And so I also wanted a bathtub, and got a nice big bathroom, which you can see all this in this video. I didn't really talk about the manifesting aspect of it much, but I did talk about, he's just moving around so much. But I did talk about, now I lost my train of thought because you're just so cute. I did talk about, what was I saying, baby? I don't know. I talked about the trees. And it's in a really nice neighborhood, which again, I wanted. Like everything that was on my list of like, oh, washer dryer. At the old apartment, I was having to go to the stupid laundromat every week with piles and piles and mountains of clothes. It sucked. No longer an issue. I can do laundry in the middle of the night now, and sometimes I do. So everything we wanted, we got. And obviously, yes, I was doing all the visualizing and the meditating and then just feeling the energy that I wanted, feeling myself being in this new place, having all this space. One thing that I did that really helped was, as I talk about in this video, I'm just plugging all my videos today apparently. One of the biggest things stopping you from manifesting is your reaction when the opposite happens. And so every time I would open up my closet that was really small and that I made a lot of obstacles to get into it. Every time I would go into my closet, instead of using that as an opportunity to visualize and be grateful for all my space and how easy it is to get in here, I would freak out, I would get mad, I would get angry. He just drooled on my hand. He's teething. It's great fun. I would get angry at these obstacles and how difficult this was and how annoying it was. And that was stopping my manifestation. Eventually I got to a point where I flipped the script, and instead of sending out that angry energy, I was happy and I was grateful for all the space I now had. And that's what really pushed us over the edge, was my ability to maintain the manifestation even when the opposite came up that was telling me, you don't have it yet. You're a monkey. Okay, I think he wants me to wrap this up. So those are the 3 big things that I've done. My hair is also one of them. I used to have the shortest hair. It was shoulder length. It would not grow. And it was that way for years. I almost wanted to call my friend Colleen and be like, describe my hair in middle school and high school. But I kind of have my hands full. But it would not grow. I'm gonna see if I can find some pictures, and if I do, I will. It was just stuck at that length until I started manifesting for it, and I realized part of the reason it was stuck there is because I believed that my hair was short, and I just held on to that belief, and my hair was like, okay, I guess we don't have to grow. It wasn't until I started being like, I have such long, wonderful, gorgeous hair that I got some pretty long, wonderful, gorgeous hair. Are you gonna manifest for your hair? Because it could use some help. Okay, and then I have had little manifestations that have happened like instantly. There was one time in Disneyland, we were about to ride the teacups and it wasn't dark yet, but I really wanted the teacup lights to be on. So my sister was like, well, manifest for it. And she was like half joking, half seeing if I really could. And so I was like, okay. Because the thing about manifesting is, yes, you can do all these big things. Ow! You and your nails. You can do all these big things, these big rituals, what have you. But you can also literally create change within an instant by putting out the right energy and then letting it go. And that's exactly what I did. And sure enough, I opened my eyes, I said 1 or 2 things to my sister, and then I looked and the lights were on. And we were like, it was really cool. Okay, I think that might be it for now. I know I've definitely manifested more things, but I'm a little distracted by this little one. But I think that's good. I think this is probably long enough. God knows I like to talk. Before I go, we got some news. Not you, you're old news. I'm just kidding. I have my single This Gift, which I wrote while pregnant with this little monkey. That's out. It's been out for a couple weeks now. I also have 2 new singles. Do you like being up here? Apparently. I also have 2 new singles. One is an old one that's new. Blame It on the Programming. I'm sure you've heard me talk about it. But now, instead of being on my band's page, because she's doing her own thing. She's kicking butt. Let's plug her right now. 𝗕𝗲𝗄𝗃. This is the band that my guitarist who did Blame It on the Programming with me, with words. This is the band, Logan! I'm trying to plug your auntie! This is the band that she is currently in. I'm gonna play a clip of one of their songs. They are so freaking good. Like, I am so proud of her. I am so happy for her. They even have merch out now. I don't know if it's online yet. As of filming, it's not, but if you go to one of their shows, you can buy it. If you're in Chicago, lucky you. So yeah, 𝗕𝗲𝗄𝗃, they're amazing. I'm so proud of her. And so since we're not really doing our work together anymore, I am re-releasing Blame It on the Programming on my page. This is what we're gonna do right now while I finish up. He seems content with it. And I have a new single that you've never heard that is one of my favorites. It is called Make Believe. It is coming out December 13th. That also might be when this video is coming out. Potentially, I think. I'm not quite sure. But it's either out or going to be out tomorrow, maybe, depending on when I post this. But it is my favorite. Like, go check it out. You can find all the links to all these in the description. I love it, and I'm so happy to be doing music again. And making videos But okay, that's it. We're gonna go now because this little monkey's probably hungry. Huh? Are you hungry? Are you always hungry? Yes. Yes, I am. So until next time, keep creating a life that you love because you deserve it and it is possible. All right, and I will see you guys next time. Are you gonna help me snap out? Oh, here, let me put you like this. Are you gonna help mommy? Okay, 1, 2,